Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good? What's good? What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Welcome to another episode of Trappin Tuesday, man. Man, Jose, it's good to be back, bruh.
I see you looking refreshed.
Do I?
Yeah, you look refreshed.
Man, I've been trying to get my timing back since China is 12 hours.
Yeah.
So I think today I got up feeling good, but around like 1 o'clock, bruh, I was in the truck, stretched out.
I was
stretched out, bro. I didn't know what was going on, bro. But I'm glad to be back, man. We got so much to talk about, man. I miss y'all, right? And we're gonna talk about how Jose called me in China talking about, hey, if you want to do a Trappin Tuesday, we can. I just want we gonna talk about that tonight. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, man, I just want to talk about tonight, just first and foremost, before we go any further, I just want to talk about how much I appreciate y'all, how much we love y'all, and why the thing that we do is nothing at all without y'all. So thank y'all for bringing us into y'all homes. Y'all know Jose love the people that watching us on the TV. Thank y'all for watching us on y'all phones. Thank y'all for the people that's watching us while you at work. If you're a truck driver, pull that damn truck over. Stop watching while you driving, because we need you, king. We need you, queen. And for that, we just want to say thank y'all, thank y'all. Episode 153, man. Let's go. All right, man, so I got something that I want to say. I think this is going to be good. It is, because I thought about something, man, right? So there's a verse in the Bible, I think it's like Ecclesiastes 3:1, where it says that there's a time and a season for everything. There's a time and a season for everything. And I think about Solomon, the smartest man next to Jesus Christ in the world. Solomon understood that the real wisdom is not fighting the seasons. It's following the trend. And I think that when I look at us on our journeys to build wealth, when I look at us on our journeys to change our family dynamic, turn our last names to assets, I think one of the biggest misconceptions is we often forget, or let me reword that, we often don't recognize what season we in. And because when we don't understand what season we in, we don't understand the trend that is intimate with that season. And because we miss the intimacy of the trend in the season, we often feel like we out of loop. We often feel like we moving in circles, or sometimes we just feel like we doing the same thing over and over again. Sometimes we feel like we really not making progress. Sometimes we feel like, I'm taking 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards, because we haven't identified what season we're in, and we can't be intimate with the trend that coincides with that season. Right? So, I look at investing, and I look at some seasons of the market are seasons for you to build out your watch list. There are seasons in the market where you just need to build out your watch list. This is not a market for you to chase this or be in this strategy. It's a season for you to just build out the watch list. There's some seasons in your life where it's time for you to just plan. But the real hardship comes when we try to plant fruit in the season we should be harvesting. Or we try to harvest in a drought. At that point, it's like we're searching for something that isn't had time to grow. So people start off with this idea that I want to make all this money in the stock market, or I want to make this money with my business. Well, I think one of the most worldwide and universal messages in the Bible is seed time harvest. Seed time harvest. If we follow that equation, we know what the ending will be. But some people want seed harvest. Or they reverse engineer, they want harvest before the seed, with no time. But what I've come to realize is the greatest gift and the greatest part of the equation is not the seed, it's not the harvest, it's the time. Because the time is the part of the equation that allows the seed to actually grow into its full potential. The time. Most of us neglect the time. We drop the seed, we ready for the harvest. We pick the harvest, we want another seed. But we never nurture or get intimate with the time. And so while there's also times for you to build out the watch list, there's also times where you double down on your winners. There's times where you just double down on the winners. And then there's times where you're just taking profit. And then there's a time where we just watch the market. Seasonal trends. And so I ask you tonight, what season are you in? It's not always grind time. I was thinking about something, Jose. So I've been really reading my word. And I was reading this part in Luke this morning, bro, and it really it was something I saw it before, but when I saw it this time, for some reason it hit, and it's coming to my brain now as we talk about this message. Christ knew what he was about to face. And so there was a moment where he prayed, and he prayed so much, blood came from it. But prior to that, he told the disciples, you all need to pray so that you have the strength to fight temptation that's about to come. And so that was a time for prayer and not sleep. But after prayer, he come down and he see them sleep. And he says to them, while you sleep, you need to be up praying, for what you about to face is great. They didn't understand the seasonal trend. At that point, they had pivoted from a season of normal rest. They should have went into a season of extraordinary prayer. What season are you in? And then what is demanded of you in this season? What is a prerequisite in this season? Our biggest issue that I am truly realizing is we have seasonal dysmorphia. That is the idea where you are under the illusion of thinking it's summertime, but it's really winter. Seasonal dysmorphia. Because what happens is when you don't understand what's required in the season, you will 100% feel out of place. Let me say that in another way that's gonna really hit. When you're not aligned with what's needed in the season, you're actually out of purpose alignment. The purpose can't align because the purpose requires you to step in a certain flow. And when you're not in that flow, you feel it. You feel like, hey, something not right. We need to step back and recognize what season we in. Okay, let me stay right there right quick, right? Joseph had a dream. The dream says, the Pharaoh had a dream. Joseph interprets the dream. And he says, there's 7 years of famine coming. So we need to do what? Store up for the famine. Understanding the season and what's necessary. If the famine is coming and we in abundance right now, the proper thing to do is to save up so that we can be abundant in the famine. But what most of us do is in abundance season, we often think that that season never runs out. And because we think that that season never runs out, we mismanage, we misuse, which causes us to be out of alignment, not understanding seasonal trends. Okay, let's make it make sense for the market. The market ran from April to July. Minor pullbacks here and there, but we never say, hey, let me pull back a little bit. Let me sit some on the side a little bit, because you've overextended for 60 days in a row, 75 days in a row. At some point, the market has to pull back, but because you wasn't prepared for the season, one red candle makes you panic. One red candle, you think the sky is falling. One red candle, you asking what's going on. One red candle, you think it's all over. One red candle, you think we in a recession. One red candle, you have now went from it's all good to why am I here? You out of alignment. You don't understand the seasonal trend. The seasonal trend. What is necessary in this season? How do we equip ourselves in this season? Joshua said something that was so amazing. Josh said, when they went to go take over the promised land, Josh said, prepare the victuals. That means in this season, where we going, you gotta take everything you got and bring it with you. Because sometimes what might happen is you might be like, hey, I'm going to leave this behind because we might come back. But when you prepare the victuals, you take everything you have so that we can go possess the land. Watch this. The seasonal trend is you need everything you got right now to go possess the land that already got your name on it. What's the seasonal trend? What's the seasonal trend? So in order to really build wealth, you got to understand what season we in. What season are we in? And then when you understand what season we in, watch this, y'all. You can take full advantage of it. You never miss the opportunity when you prepare for the season. You never miss the opportunity when you prepare for the season. So if you sit back, and here's what I love about seasonal trends. If we use the time, if we get intimate with the time, we know that every season repeats itself. Very few times in life will life throw something at you that you are not familiar with. Something that you have all, at some way, shape, form, or fashion, that you've experienced it at some level. Yeah, this might be my first time buying a building this big, but guess what, y'all? But before I bought this building, I had bought a house. And before I bought the house, I was renovating a building that wasn't mine. I was in a 6,000 square foot building before I got a 50,000 square foot building. What's the seasonal trend? Okay, so the things I had in a 6,000 square foot building, let me 10x that. So now when I get in this next season, I'm already a little bit familiar with what's necessary. What's the seasonal trend? The seasons repeat themselves. It's not summer just one time. Once it goes through the cycle, summer comes back around. So you're already familiar with the heat. Well, I'm gonna say it again. You experienced summer one time. That ain't the last summer. So when summer come back around, you should already be familiar with the heat. But the problem is when summer come back around, you still thinking about spring. You still having thoughts of what you did in the winter. It's summer. This ain't your first summer. So when hardships come, that ain't your first winter. So when springtime come, that ain't your first time having abundance. That ain't your first time blossoming. But what season are you in? Because if we can identify what season we in, if we can identify that seasonal trend, we can understand what's needed from us. What's required for you in this season? What's necessary? What's non-negotiable in this season that you negotiated with in the previous season? In this season, what do you have to vaccinate yourself from? In this season. In this season, I just want you to identify what's required of you, what's necessary, but most importantly, what has to be left behind. Because in this season, you may have to let everything go so that you can give birth to what's needed. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, episode 153. Jose, let's get to it, bro. We got a good episode here tonight, dog.
Hey, they've been waiting.
I feel like it's been a long time.
It has. I mean, yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? Most of the cats, they've been like, "Hey, bro, what we doing? Where Trap at?" That's
What you mean, where Trap at? I'm in China.
I know, because I promise you, they was like, did we just see him go live in China like 5 minutes ago? Like, just come on to the show, bro.
I was
Just
in
come
China.
to the show. You know what I'm saying?
I was in China, man.
Hey, that seasonal dysmorphia, though, is crazy because Sean be wearing hoodies in the summer.
I do too, bro.
No, not like these youngins.
I promise I do.
Hoodies in the summer, bro?
100%.
Bro, it be like 100 degrees out.
Well, I usually, cause like I'll be working out, I'll be doing, like I ain't just.
No, you're trying to sweat.
Yeah, I'm trying to sweat.
Yeah. No,
I'm not just wearing a hood. Yeah. Now, I will say I wear joggers year round.
Nah, I do joggers all the time.
I wear joggers year round.
If I could wear joggers to church, I would.
I'm
you know
saying,
what I'm saying?
You go to the right church, you can.
Weddings.
Come as you are.
Weddings, funerals. Like, I wear joggers all the time. But them youngins be wearing them hoodies with sweaters, and it be like 98, 99. I don't get that. That's that seasonal dysmorphia right there, bro.
Seasonal dysmorphia, bro.
That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Came up with that on the spot.
On the spot.
Seasonal dysmorphia.
But now, real talk, though, how was China?
Man, China was phenomenal. Let's shout out our people.
Yeah, I know. You know
First Generation Millionaire was good, bro. Reem was good, man. Pat Smith was up. Big Bell was up. Ernzo was up. That one guy was up. Chief Killzone, what's up? Sir James, what's good? Leon Barnes, was good, man? Legend Taylor, was good? Shazam, was good? January's Finest, what guns? Nettie, was good, Queen? Paul Bricks, I see you, family. Michelle, let's go. Larry Morgan, I see you. Brett Castle, what's up? That one guy, what's up? D is creating. What's good, family? Carolina Blue, what's good? Kenneth, what's good? Ashley, what's good, family?
No,
KJ.
Hold up. She gonna give a super chat and say, Jose and that hat be 365.
That's a fact. Come on, Ash. Shout out for the super chat, love. Right? Kiera, what's good? T-Mac, what's good? It's going too fast. Dang, it came fast. Shockwave, what's good? The Good Life, what's good? JC, what's good? Duke, what's up, man? Dollar Bill, I see you. Jermaine, what's good? Eugene, what's good? Shockwaves, what's good? Shelly Booker, what's good, Queen? Tamara, what's good? JC Affluent, what's good? Cheesy Bread, salam alaikum, Aki. Dennis Clark was good. Pat Davis was good. Jay Trapper was good. Bill Oliver was good. T Money was good. D Block was good. PJ was good. Horace was good. J Love was good. We just shouted out our people, Jose.
No, they
Rams was good. Mac was good. We just shouting out our people, Jose. Cliff was good. Breezy was good. Come on, we just shouting out our people, man.
You
our
grabbing
people in the
them
building. Tamar Buchanan was good. C-Dot was good. Codot was good. Pablo was good, family. Hoodie Black was good, family. Zay was good, family. I'm hollering out our people, Jose.
And I know, shout out to the Patreon.
Ingrid was good.
You had the Patreon call too, so.
Shout out to all my people in the Patreon. Shout out to my people in Trappers Anonymous was good. Antonio was good. Davian was good. I see him. I see him. Highest General was good, family. B. Ward, I see you. Kevin Franklin, I see you. Ariel, I see you. Ooh, he's going too fast now, Jose. Zach was good. Alex was good, family. Ayo, D was good. All right, I'm finished.
No, you ain't. Every time you say that, then I start talking, you go ahead and get them all. Come on, you got 5 more.
It's going too fast.
You got 5 more.
It's going too fast, bro. I can't see it, man.
You got 5 more.
I can't see it. It's gone. I'm finished. I can't go. All right, so how was China?
Yeah.
I
want to know, like, your biggest takeaway. You was there for a minute, bro. I know.
Double R was good.
See?
Big Dot was good.
Get him out. Get him out. Come
I
on.
got my people, man.
Yeah,
We
Kenneth
missed a
Harper.
week. They won't. I gotta give my people action, man.
Kenneth Harper. He just
Charlotte was good. Belina was good. Kenneth Harper was good. Pascal was good. Come on, man. The good fella was popping, brother.
2 more.
Buddha was good. Mr. Take Profits. I see you, family. I see you. Okay, I'm finished. All right, I'm finished. What happened? What did you say?
Look, every time we start talking, I
Dollar bill was popping, family. It's my people, dog.
Hey, I ain't mad at it. I just be like, let him get it out.
Yeah,
Let it get out
that's
the
my
system.
people, man. I gotta
We
holler
shout
at
about later too. We're gonna make sure we get him.
SB was good, man. I gotta try to holler at my people, man. Toots, what's happening, family? I just wanna holler at my people, bro. DC the collector, what's good, family? I see my people in the building. 3P, what's good, family? Coconut, what's up? Yeah, my people in the building, man.
So look, we gotta also shout out to all the people who are on the audio listening to the shout outs. Of course, if you were on the live.
Oh, hold up. Shine. There's some books right there.
You brought us gifts from China?
No, the dude sent the books.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Before I left. And I ain't get a man a shout out.
From China?
Huh?
You ain't get a trinket or nothing, like a keychain, a China keychain?
Like,
yo, I think Jose will want this drink.
So I forgot his name. I gotta give him a shout out. LaRon Carter. LaRon Carter, man. I appreciate you, brother. I wanted to shout out before I left to China. He got me 4 books. The Most Important Thing by Howard Marks. He got that. 4 Pillars of a Man's Heart, Bringing Strength into Balance. Got that. Tender Warrior, God's Intention for a Man. He got that. And then The Road Less Stupid, Advice from the Chairman of the Board, Avoiding Dumb Mistakes that Sabotage Growth, Profits, and Business Success. LaRon Carter, if you in the chat, brother, thank you. I appreciate you. I wanted to tell you that before we left, and I thought about it after that last show, and I said, dang, I forgot to give the king his props. So thank you. I appreciate that. Autumn, what's good, Queen? Yes, sir. All right, so.
I'm mad you just bypassed when I said you ain't give me like a trick or a keychain from that drink. You know what I'm saying?
I got you a keychain, dog.
You'd be like, dog, you know what I'm saying? You was out there with Nat and be like, yo.
I got you a keychain, dog.
I need that. A Great Wall keychain drink.
I ain't go to Hong Kong, bro. I didn't go to where the Great Wall was at.
I'm slipping.
Yeah, I ain't go there.
I'm slipping.
What's my biggest? I had so many takeaways from China, bro. I think the biggest one I'll say is everybody that I ran across in China, they represent the brand of China. Everything was about the China brand. Right? Everything from, and again, we wasn't in a tourist spot. We was in a business spot. So it was about conducting business. And so would I go back? I'm going back. Probably gotta go back in about 45 days. Yeah, bro. So I think that was something that really, there's a few things that really caught me, bro. And I'll be honest with you, from a perspective of just being a realist.
Mm-hmm.
Just being a realist. I think that America has done a great job at programming Americans to spend a lot of money on stuff we don't need, and to spend a lot of money on the things that we use on a day-to-day basis. Whereas I think in China, for some reason, we had this thing in our head that if it comes from China, it's cheap.
Yeah, that's the brand that they set, yeah.
Right? That's the brand that America set.
Yep.
But in actuality, whatever quality you want, they'll make it. Whatever quality you want, they'll make it. And I just think that, so while I was out there, I didn't see one homeless person. I didn't see not one homeless person. And I'm not saying they don't have them. Again, China is big. I was in maybe 3 or 4 provinces.
Was it a lot of hustle and bustle, like a lot of people moving, like
Yeah.
New York? How they?
I think they probably make New York look small. From the activity, the way they was just like, they make New York look small. Just because there's so many, it's 1 billion people over there, dog. And they don't got no, like, in the street, they don't got no lanes. So the cars just, we were getting so many accidents over here. We were getting so many accidents over there. And somebody asked, did I see a lot of black people over there? Not only did I see a lot of black people, I saw a lot of Africans over there. Saw a lot of Africans over there, which made me realize that, here's what it made me realize. People do international business. Only we in America don't be doing international business. America, businesses that we spend money with do international business. But we don't be doing international business. If that makes sense. Right? Whereas over there, big companies do international business and little companies do international business. So the person who trying to buy one wig, they'll do international. They selling to Africa, they selling to India, they selling to Port, they selling whoever. And if you trying to buy one wig, you can do international business. If you trying to buy 1,000 wigs, you trying 1,000,000 wigs. If you trying to buy one pair of tennis shoes, or you trying to buy 10,000 pair of tennis shoes. They do international business with everybody. With everybody. I saw so many cultures there. I was just like, damn, I never would have thought that.
Yeah, because they don't show that like on TV.
Yeah, it definitely was it was an experience, bro. And one of the things that really got me was the lack of violence. So, you know me, I'm looking for it.
That's where you come
again, we wasn't in the tourist part. So I'm just like looking, I'm asking, I'm talking about it. I'm like, bro, I think the crime rate over there was like 0.7%. Gun violence, almost non-existent. That's the thing that blew me. That's the thing that blew me. Gun violence is almost non-existent.
Out there, not even looking over your shoulder, not thinking.
Most of the things over there is gonna be with a knife, though. But a gun, almost non-existent. And because one of the people told me, it's because you don't, it was funny when they said this. They said, Chinese people don't want to go to jail in China.
That's crazy.
You feel me? I was like, okay. They were like, no, I was like, man, what the crime like over there? She was like, man, look, Chinese people don't want to go to China. We don't want to go to jail in China. I was like, okay. Okay.
They got them nasty prisons.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
It's like, okay, bet.
I was like, okay, I get that. I get that. I was like, okay, that's what it is. They were like, yeah, like, we don't want to go to jail in China. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it just was, just violence was just, I mean, it still got crime, but it just got a different kind of crime. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but it just was one of those things, man. I just was like, damn, like, and it just started making me think about, it just started making me look at, like, quality of life. It just started making me looking at, like, because I'm at an age now, I'm at an age where I'm at a real pivotal point in my life where I'm 43. So if I get another 43 years, it'll put me at 86, right? Which is, I think the average life in America right now is like 78, something like that. So at this age in my life, quality of life means everything.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you 20, you like, Like, when you get your 40s, you be like, wait, bro, hey. Hey.
When you get out the bed and that knee ain't moving
Yeah,
like
you
it's
get a little
supposed
pop.
to.
Whoa, what that is, dog?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think at this point in my life, bro, it's just like, it's just about quality of life. You know what I'm saying?
How was the food?
How was the food? Man, the food was really good, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The food, we ate a few places that were really, really good. And we wasn't just trying to eat Chinese food. And I'm gonna say this, I don't think lo mein is a real Chinese dish. I don't think that's a Chinese dish. Cause Nat asked for lo mein at like 5 places and people was like, what?
What is that?
Lo mein?
Talking about?
What that she had to say like noodles. It was like, oh, okay, like what kind of noodles you want? Like we was like, yeah, we want some lo mein. The people, like everywhere we went, they was like, lo mein? What is lo mein?
They had tourists, yeah.
They were like, what is lo mein? So I don't think that lo mein is a real dish. I think that's American made. I think that's American.
They put that on top.
It's American made, bro.
They put that on them
I
people.
think lo mein is American made, bro. Cause Nat asked for lo mein everywhere we went, and they was like, huh? And she had to like point at the noodles. They're like, oh, okay, what kind? She was like, y'all don't got noodles with vegetables? And she was like, yeah, we got it. But
Let me show you a picture.
yeah, but no lo mein. I was like, oh, I think that's made up, dog. I promise you, I think that is Americanized, 100%. Lo mein. I saw this African guy out there, and I asked him a question, cause he was with his. One thing you see over there is you see people moving around with luggage. Right? With luggage, 2 and 3 luggage, big luggage. And you wondering like, yo, why they got them luggage? Until we had so much stuff, you buy the stuff and you put it in the luggage. So you got the luggage, the people selling luggage everywhere, right? And so I asked this man I said, he was an African, from Africa. And he said, I asked him how long he been coming to China and doing business, because it just blew my mind to see that many African people, bro. It just blew my mind to see that many African people over there. And he said, I'm a 3rd generational international trader. I said, huh? He said, my grandfather did business in China. My father did business in China. I'm doing business in China. And I'm teaching my son how to do business. And his son was like probably like 13, 14. He said, I'm teaching my son how to do business in China. And like, what y'all do? He was like, oh, we buy clothes. We buy clothes here. I was like, why? Bring back to Africa? He's like, yeah, 100%. And you spend more money shipping stuff to America than you do to Africa.
Okay.
America itself got a tax on it. The brand of America has a tax on it. 100%, bro.
Dang.
100%, bro. Like, I think that everybody should, I think that everybody that lives in America should go to Africa and should go to China. Especially if you of African descent. Amazing experience.
That's the point.
Amazing experience, bro. And I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to go back.
Say October?
Probably early September. Probably early September, I'm guessing, something like that. Then they have this fair out there called like the Canton Fair. And it's when all the manufacturers, they shut the city down for from October, I think they shut the city down from October 18th to November the 13th. And every manufacturer in this Providence, they set up like these different booths. It's crazy. And you could just go like, get a vendor, from electronics, bro, to toenail polish. It's crazy.
Is it called Canton Fair?
Canton. Canton Fair is in Guangzhou.
Make the trip.
Now, what
get
I
that
will
visa
say,
popping.
what I will say is, I also understand why people come to America, but I also understand why other races do better than us when they come to America. We spoil. We spoil you. We spoil you, bro. We spoil you and we don't know we spoil you. Right? Like, we spoil you and we don't know we spoil you. Because where I was at, I looked up, so I started looking up, like, average wage. So the average wage where we at was 10,000.
Annual.
10,000 was the average wage, and if you worked in tech, finance, or something like science, it's anywhere between 12 and like 17,000 a year. Now, we may look at that like, bruh, that ain't no money. But think about quality of life. Think about how far that can go over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
America got a tag on it, bro.
And we're looking at it like, oh, they broke, but at the same time, they have an average life expectancy.
The life expectancy. So I Googled the life expectancy of somebody living in that part was 82 years old. 82 years old. And in America, it's 78. That's a 4-year difference. That's a lot.
It's just the average, because they got a rack of
That's an
centuries over there.
So you gotta just think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just, I look at it from the perspective of the reason why so much stuff is high in America, because we don't create nothing. But it's the best place to come make money.
Because when they come from over there, over here, they don't let no excuses.
But it also made me realize why there's so many million. Watch this, bro. I'm about to tell you something that rung a bell in my head. This rung a bell in my head. That's why there's so many billionaires and 100 millionaires in America. Think about this. Apple. The company is worth $2-3 trillion, right? You cannot create an iPhone in America. The whole entire iPhone, 90% of the iPhone gets created in China at a cheap price. It comes to America and you actually pay for the Apple brand. You actually pay for it. You wouldn't pay that for an Apple phone. It don't cost like that in China. So you think about stuff. Think about companies that's why the tariff thing I said, oh, now it makes so much sense. Like, it made sense before, but then it made so much sense. Other black nationalities overall do better in America, not just other races.
We gotta look at that statistic.
Well, everybody do better in America.
Well, yeah, definitely if you're coming from...
Yeah, everybody do better in America. I'm just trying to see what the argument was.
It's just the spoiled Americans don't all the time do better than America.
Yeah, I think everybody. That's essentially what we were saying. But anyway, so you think about a lot of companies that are product-based. Majority of the product is created in like China, Vietnam, Singapore, Taiwan, because it's easier to manufacture, it's cheaper to manufacture, and you could come to America and sell it for a premium. That's it. Just like that. That's it. Like, that's it. Listen, I told y'all, the DGI.
I'm just thinking about all the stuff that you got for the building.
Think about it.
If you wanted to start your own manufacturer and flip 10xing, I'm just like...
Stay out my business. Stay out my business.
Actually, that's 100x.
Bro, check this out. Prime example. The DGI over here, depending on what, is gonna be between $997 and $1,200. I paid $575. That tells you right there.
That American tax is crazy.
At the DGI store. I didn't get it from an off-market brand.
Right. No hole in the wall.
I was at the DGI store, mind you, which is set up just like the Apple store. The same exact way. The DGI store sold, they said, hey, I bought a few of them. They said, you just got to turn them on here, take them out the box. $575 plus tax.
Hold up. Why they make you turn it on there so you don't resell it?
So you don't resell it. Well, at least so you can't. You got, you know what I'm saying? What that thing called? The drone I bought?
Mm-hmm. The Mavic 4?
The Mavic 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's $5,000 here. I paid $2,200. Over here, it's $5,000.
That American tax, we need that profit.
America itself got a premium tag on it. America is, so let me give y'all some game right quick. All right, we're going to get to the show. But let me give you some game right quick.
It's a finance show, so we good.
Get some game right quick. So one of the things I had to learn when I was negotiating was, if you do business, if you're in China and you wire money while you're in China, you're an American in China doing business. So you got to abide by the China law. But if you come to America and send your money to China, you actually have American protection. Because you still, even though you did business in China, you did it in American jurisdiction. I learned that. Mm-hmm. So one of my negotiations first of all, they negotiate, right? 4-hour negotiation.
Don't let it fool you.
Part of my no, they do business.
Yeah.
They understand business.
Yeah.
And so what happens is you got to not only know business, you got to also start. So now I had to learn international business. So at this point, once this go through, I am now an international businessman. Come on, man, don't let that go over your head. Come on, man, don't play me like that, man.
No, that's good.
Don't let that go. Come on.
Look. I would have said I'm international business because I bought some trinkets in Mexico for Trap. I'd be like, hey, that joint fire. Let me get that for Trap. I'm an international businessman. But you different.
It's early. Flushing, man. Flushing.
Dog, I done made it 5 weeks without getting flushed.
Flushing. What? Man, flush those in, man. God dang, bro. So I learned that. So I learned that. So I had to learn international business. And so the negotiation, you gotta think, you're not negotiating just the product. Now you gotta negotiate shipping. You gotta negotiate quality control. You gotta negotiate who ships it, who's responsible for it. There's a thing called DDP and FOB. You got to negotiate intercoms. You got to, and I'm learning it in the moment. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, I'm not gonna lie.
ChatGPT.
Chat was clutch.
ChatGPT.
Chat was clutch. I took an international business course
on chat. Hold up, I got that.
I took an international business course on chat in real time. And so somebody said you gotta, it's right. You gotta negotiate the entire supply chain. You gotta negotiate from insurance, from product to insurance, forwarder, shipping, delivery, when payment is released. Yo, it's a lot you gotta, I was on it though, bro. I think that's probably the best negotiation I had.
Oh yeah, you was in your element. You trying to be in your negotiation bag anytime you get.
But I felt good about that.
Yeah.
That was the longest. I negotiated at that table with that lady for 4 hours.
Man. Felt like a timeshare presentation.
Anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get our mantra up, man. That's a fact. That's why my brain was hurting. That's why, listen, I had to tell my Patreon, I said, listen, y'all. I said, like the last 2 days, I didn't post nothing in Patreon. I didn't post nothing in Trappers Anonymous. My brain was fried. Cause you gotta realize, I'm walking around all day. We looking for the manufacturer. I gotta say, oh, what Providence this is so I can understand what the issue is here. I gotta find a QC here.
It's hot out there.
It's hot. What season are you in?
What season?
So I ain't gonna lie, like, you know, I'm not a heavy fan of chat like that, but I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, look.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
3,100 in the chat also.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. How much? 3,100 in the chat, man.
Let's get it.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, chat was clutch for me, you hear me? Because I was like, ooh, what is it? And in real time. So let's get it, man. Y'all know it if you're new here, man. We appreciate y'all for being here. Let's go, man. So we're gonna get to our mantra, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. All right, man, let's get it, man. 3,100 in the chat. Hey, y'all, let's get the likes up, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the like button be broke. We got a lot to talk about over these next couple hours, man. I
Share
appreciate
this out
y'all.
with your group chat. Please.
Share this out with your group
Some
chat.
be stingy. They be holding this to themselves.
No. I think they're gonna share it out, man. Let's share it out, man. Let's share it out to your group chat, man. Let's get it, man. We have a good show tonight. Thank y'all for listening to my China app. I appreciate everybody in the Patreon, everybody in Trappers Anonymous for allowing me to just reset. And I'm gonna say something. When I got back, Jose, I had to reset, bro. I had to reset, but I've been getting up at
that's
5
why you ain't
o'clock.
let me do live Trapper Tuesday from China.
That boy,
Me and Benter was fighting for that.
I wouldn't have made it 30 minutes.
It'd be 7 o'clock in the morning.
7 in the
over there.
morning. Nothing popping, dog.
What's good, Trappers? It's your boy, the Wall Street.
But I was in the gym. I ain't gonna lie, I was getting up ready. All right, so let's get into it, man. So today, after the markets have been on I think the NASDAQ had been on like a 6-day run. We had all-time highs just banging out the park. I want to do something new right here. Before we get into it, I want to give y'all an idea of something. I want to start looking at like, while we doing this, while we looking at the NASDAQ, S&P, Dow Jones, I'm going to start giving y'all some ideas of what I see. All right, so I'll say this. First, I'm going to start off on the futures, the ES. Come on, Sean. That's Sean Lane right there. Right now, we looking at about 64.07. I would say, I wrote down in my thing, if we can hold 63.49, we good, but from there, long as you above 61.69, you okay. Right, 61.69 on your futures mini. So I would say that. I'm gonna say this, 63.33. I like that. On the daily. If you hold up 63.33, you good. Long as you stay on top of 63.33, that's still an upward trend. You still be right above your 20-day SMA. I think that's good. Still in a bullish momentum. Not bad if you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to start adding this to the show so we can start putting this in their face like that. You know what I'm going to start doing too, Jose? When I start talking like this, I'm gonna give you a screenshot of it.
Oh yeah, I was already thinking. I was like, oh, we need to do screen share or screenshot.
Yeah. So we can do. So let's figure that out. Let's add that moving forward. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do ES, NQ, SPY, QQQ. That way we go from futures to the broader index. So we know we got some futures traders in there as well. And we got some, and then what happens is we'll show them on the screen and I'll be moving my little mouse around so they can see it. That will work. So I think on a daily, on the ES, I think if we can stay above, because I know people gonna panic. You know what I said it today, one red candle, and you start thinking the sky is falling. You know? So if we put our 20-day, I like to use the SMA, so we put our 20-day moving average up there. If we can stay on top of, as long as we stay on top of, I'll say 63.33, you good. So you're still in that upward trend. You break that, then you kind of broken structure. And then, you know, that's something else. Now you under your 20-day. The main line for you to hold will probably be 61, 69, anyway, on top of that, because then you'll be on top of that. You'll be on top of that Wednesday, February 19th. You'll be on top of that. So you stay on top of that, you good. You're still in the uptrend if you stay under that. So let's go. Let's go a little further. Y'all we trapping? Are we trapping? Yep. There you go. All right, let me give you a little more. So let's look at my NQ for some of my, this is the NASDAQ futures right here. And for this one, if we stay on top of, I would say 23.85 will be really good. You stay up there. You're still on top of your 20-day moving average. You still will be good. You're still in the overall upward trend. Not mad at it. If it came down, I would say 22,435. That'd be that high at. Is go back a little bit. You don't have to go back to December, but I like that because that was the high before that was the high where it fell from. It never touched that again until, it never broke that high again until June 23rd. It broke down June 23rd. So if you can stay above that, if it breaks that, then you, not only did we change structure, you now in the downtrend. So as long as you stay above those, so for NQ, I would say, again, 23,085, and then, so I think we good on that. I think we good on that. For all my NQ and all my, that's the E-minis, yo. The E-minis, yep. E-minis. Mo, yep, E-minis. Yep. I got you. All right, let's go to the S&P right quick. And just let me know in the chat how y'all feel about me doing this moving forward. Y'all think this added value? Because before, we just want to add more value to what we're doing. Just want to add more value to what we're doing. Nope. So what I'm going to do is, because I just did a spur of the moment, we're going to start adding it to the screen so you can see it. Yep, for the new people, we coming, again, this is brand new. This was the idea I just came up with right before the show. I didn't even tell Jose and them about it. So next time, I think it's gonna be a great idea. So let's go. All right, so we're looking at the S&P 500 on the daily chart. Go to the S&P 500 on the daily chart. Again, you know, overall uptrend. Today's daily candle did, or that bearish candle took over. It did. That's a lot of selling pressure. It took over the last 2 days of movement overall. So sellers did drop some pressure, but you could kind of expect that coming off an all-time high. You got to be expecting some type of pressure. So if I'm looking at the S&P, I'm looking at, if you can stay, for me, 6, I like 626, if you can stay above that candle. Right, if you come to 626, that'll still keep you above your 20-day EMA. And the reason why I use the SMA, the reason why I use the SMA, because I like moving averages. You stay above the 20-day, you're still in a bearish, you're still in a bullish momentum. So if you can stay above that, you are right. I like that. If it breaks that, you know, I'm looking at 613. Like if it breaks that 626, 613, 612, that'll put us at that candle. Then we know we're in a full downtrend. You know what I'm saying? So let's watch out for that. And then let's go QQQ. I'll give you the same thing on the daily. We can stay above so that last push up, I'm gonna say 557. We stay above 557 on the Qs. I like that. Come down to 541. You know, we done broke structure completely. So, hope you got those numbers. It's on a daily. Next time, I just said I'm gonna use the screenshot next time. I just said I'm gonna use the screenshot next time.
We got you.
It was spur of the moment idea that I just came up with. I just said that. I just said that.
They going in on me like, Jose, where you?
I just said that. Jose had no idea.
I got y'all.
I just said that. It was an idea that I just came up with. Next time, I'm going to give Jose, then we're going to share the screen. But if you mark the numbers down, you can go look at it. I'm on the daily chart, right? But next time, I got y'all. Right? I called out the ticker, I called out what I was looking at, and I literally just said, next time, Jose, we are going to share the screen.
You know they ravenous. They ain't playing.
Just
Probably
said
most
that.
of them from the Patreon, Wild Dogs. That's it.
Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to do that moving forward. Let me know if you feel like that'd be an added value. If I did that like that, would that be like an added value? I think it'd be an added value.
Shout out to Jay Anderson. He said, I'm marking the charts on my own as you speak.
There it is. I like that. I like that. I like that. I think that'll be added value so people can see, you know what I'm saying? I think it'll be good. So anyway, just want to add more value, man. Yeah, just add the value. And the reason why I know, because everybody can't. So we have a lot of people that are, you know, trying to get into the chart. You can hear that rain? Can they hear the rain?
They can't hear. We got good mics, but that sounds like
That joke loud.
it sounds
boy.
like the rapture.
I feel like I gotta speak up there. Sheesh. So yeah.
Revelation outside. This is
Yeah, so I
crazy.
think we need that because it helps you with price projection. 100%. 100%. All right, good. Glad to know y'all like it. So I just want to add something new to the game. All right, so we had a sell-off today. I'm not going to lie, yo. We was doing pretty good. I got punched in the face today. I'm not even going to lie. I got punched in the face today because I've been fighting with Netflix, but then Palo Alto turned around on me, gave my whole 18 grand up, it gave it up. And it just, yeah. So it just, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot today, right? I wasn't expecting that. Spotify fell out the bottom of the hole. Eli Lilly got dragged. And I wanted to get, I keep saying this, I say, bro, every time, as soon as I get up on Eli Lilly, I was up 7 grand yesterday. Woke up this morning because of Novo Nordisk, took the whole thing away from me. I said, bro, this is not it, you hear me? So, I ain't gonna lie, today was a hell of a day, man. So anyway, let's get into it, man. So, what we got next on the list? All right, heat check, I like it. All right, here's the day. Meta, down 2%. Tesla, 4%. Apple, 1%. Palantir, 1%, but Palantir coming off an all-time high. I will say this, NVIDIA, I'm watching you. I missed you last week, and I'm looking at the chart. I was in China. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I tried it for the first couple of days, and then I just got whoa out. I missed it, because I'm telling you right now, if I would have been paying attention Tuesday, when Jose asked for Trappin Tuesday, I saw that drop like that, there's no way in the world I would have let NVIDIA get away from me right there. There's no way in the world I would have let NVIDIA get away from me and my Patreon off a drop like that. I would not have done it. So he got away from me. Got away from me. Eli Lilly, 5%. Like 5% Eli Lilly? 5%. 5%. But it got dragged down because Novo Nordisk, you know, anyway. What else? So we got some green. Google, and I'm watching Google. Google, you on my list. Because I wrote out today, I put in the Patreon. Oh, it hit. I said if Google can close above 194, I put that in the Patreon earlier. I said if Google can close above 194, it's a good chance that I'm gonna get in it because they got a high at 206. I like that. I don't gotta go far. I can probably do something like a 205 strike on it and make it short term. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at Google for that. I wanted to close above that. So now if you look at it, you'll see that candle has now, that green candle that's up now, that's a bearish trap. You see those two green candles jam that red candle up if you look on a daily. That's what we like to see. But then you see the buying pressure on that green candle. If you look on your daily chart right now on Google, Googl, you'll see trap trading Google now since when? I've traded Google a few times. We done been in a few Google plays. What you talking about?
They probably think about Microsoft.
Huh?
They probably think about Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft is the one I don't trade, but I done traded Google a few times. If you look at the Google right now, you'll see that it is now, the buyers have came in and they're halfway into that red candle before it. That engulfing bearish candle, they're more than halfway in that, so I like that kind of pressure. It is on an upward trend. I like Google in the morning, after 10 o'clock. I gotta see if it does what I like. As long as it don't jump into the $200 range, I'm good. I don't mind getting it right here. I don't mind putting like a $200 and some dollar strike price on it underneath that. So, yep. So, so let's go a little further. All right, so 5,000 calls, 5 million calls, 4.7 million puts. Is Google in the V recovery? Interesting. Still at 9.4, so the market is still not even bearish. That's the thing, still not bearish. Let's go a little further. All right, still in green mode, not mad at it. Under 75, this is kind of the area I like when I talk about fear and greed. Y'all know my range. The range that I like is between 50 and 70. So I like this range here. Now, what I will say about this is we are ending July. Why don't I trade Microsoft? I just don't like it. I don't like the way it moves. It's not really consistent the way I like it to move, but that's just me. We are about to enter into August, which is a slow month. August, September, and mid-October are the 3 slowest months of the year. We know that. It doesn't mean that there won't be opportunities. Again, we talked about seasonals. We talk about understanding, you know. Shazam say, my bad, y'all. I'm charting and typing. Nate, what's up, family? Nate is in the Patreon. What's good? Yep, Google's a possible head and shoulders. I see it. I see what you see, brother. Yep, I see what you see. T-Mac, what's good, brother? I didn't get in SoFi. Yeah. SB said move like 3 cents a day. Yeah, I just always stayed away from it. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. What we got? Recession portfolio. We got a little blood like the Red Sea. Let's go. Got to show the people the money, man. Know what they need to see. All right, there we go. Apple, AMAT. AMAT was so promising, and then it's just AMAT at me. Just AMAT at me. So Costco, I don't know what's going on right there. CrowdStrike, I don't know, man. It was all right. I think Cyber getting blasted. We had 2 Goldman Sachs plays in. I took profits on one because it was up in August. I think it was like 9 or 10 grand, but it was up in August and I didn't want to play with that no more. Goldman Sachs is always, where Belina at? Y'all know we love Goldman Sachs. Eli Lilly, I'm just so upset with you, family. I was up $7,000, and you just took that away like that. All my life I had to fight. Let's go a little further, man. Meta, I'm still up on the 600 call, but the 700 call, I'm down. And I was up, I think I was down $1,000, and then today it just slapped me in the face. A good old backhand slap. Netflix, why you always lying? So I'm looking at Netflix, man. I was talking to my people in the Patreon today, because, you know, I'm kind of pissed at Netflix, I ain't gonna lie, but I'm all right with it. We caught it going down, it's just a horrible, we got it down and it just went down more. It's a lot of pressure on it. Does has a supply zone. Does has a demand zone at about $1,127. But it could stand on top of here. I guess we just gotta see what it's gonna do. Definitely under the 20-day, so that's not good. But because we got it till December, I definitely want to see what it does in this this demand zone. So that's a demand zone at about 1124, so 1103. I want to see what it does when it touches that demand zone. Should be some orders there for it to pick up. If it pick up some orders and come back up, I feel good with it. It did have good earnings, have good revenue, add more subscribers. So I just want to see what it does. So I want to see what it does. Palo Alto. Why? NVIDIA. You know, I just been holding on to that play forever. But Palo Alto, why? Right? Like, why would you take $17,000 from me today? I was up $18,000 this morning. I felt good. I was like, yeah, I've been bragging about you. I've been bragging about how you've been just silently, you know what I'm saying? Silently. I'm just telling people how in a Patreon, yo, y'all not giving Palo Alto the props that it deserves. Y'all fussing about this one and that one, and y'all sleeping on Palo Alto, who's just been holding it down for us. And what do? You get up this Tuesday morning and slap me in my face. That's what you do. You get up Tuesday morning and you just, yeah, I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I was bragging on you, right? Bragging on you. Anyway. Palantir just been holding the line. Palantir been holding the line for us, y'all. Palantir been holding the line. Nettie, you know we got a love-hate relationship. You know how we feel about Meta. We know how we feel about Meta. Let's go, man. Let's go a little further. Yep, so we got the two Palantir plays in. We all right with that. Not mad at it. Spotify. Slap me in my face today. Just slap me in my face today. I'm talking about slap the piss out of me. All right? Even on my old play that I was in, you slapped me. $30,000, $35,000. That's what you did me today. Damn, Visa was after the bell. I don't know what happened. Sean, look at the Visa right quick. Tell me what happened. I don't know what happened. What Visa did after the bell? I missed it.
So their earnings reported 2.98, and then
did they beat earnings?
Yeah, they beat earnings.
Beat revenue?
Yeah, they beat revenue.
Did they
guidance? I don't know.
Damn,
they had good guidance.
I didn't catch Visa. It pissed me off. I was preparing for the show, but I knew they had earnings after the bell. Let's see. So, damn, Visa's down $8 overnight. So Visa, you gonna kill me too. See what I'm saying, bro? It's that kind of night for us today. It's just one of those things, man, we going through. So, we got big calls tomorrow. We have, it dropped though. I'm seeing that $8 drop. I don't know what that's about. So I think we got Apple tomorrow. I mean, not Apple. I think we got Meta tomorrow. Let's look and see, y'all. So tomorrow is going to be a hell of a day. Tomorrow, we got Wingstop in the morning. So either we gonna go to 0 on this Wingstop play. Either we gonna go to 0 on this Wingstop play. Then we got GE Health, and then tomorrow evening after the bell, we gonna get busy. We got Meta, we got Arm Holdings, we got Microsoft, we got Lam Research, we got Robinhood, Qualcomm, all tomorrow after the bell. So that's gonna be interesting as well. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. So let's get it, man. Let's go a little further. Then we got the Freedom Index. So we got, how many times I said I'm gonna get rid of AJG and I didn't? I said that so many times and I didn't. And now I deserve this one. I deserve this one. I deserve this one. Costco is still green. CrowdStrike is still green. The new play we added, CVLT, we added it now about 3 weeks ago. Blossom. Voila. We like that. Goldman Sachs, good. Meta, still up. Netflix, still up. Nvidia, still up. Palantir, still up. Sprouts Farmers Market, I'm going to get rid of you. I said that when AJG was at $500. I said, you know what? I need to just get rid of this play. And Shazam, like 2 months ago, right, bro? And I still ain't did it, bro. I don't know. Anyway, that's where we at. We still up 19. Damn, I ain't sure. Damn, I must have cut it off. Up 19% on the Freedom Fund. We was at 23%. So yep, we got the FOMC tomorrow. So that's another thing. You know, Jerome ain't giving us no rate cuts. So you know how that's gonna go. Don't even look for that. Don't even look for that rate cut. So we'll send you a reminder. Thank you, Double R. I know you love me, man. All right, let's go a little further, man. So if you want to come join that Patreon, come join us, man. We're a group of people that just want to buy our freedom by playing the market, whether it's options, whether it's buy and hold. You know, we want to buy our freedom. Jose, Nate say Nate say Wing Shack is selling that, Wingstop selling that Vietnam chicken. That's a fact, Nate. That's a fact.
I'm still flabbergasted by that drink.
That's a fact. Yeah, man. So you want to come join the Patreon, man? Come join us, man. We're a group of hitters, man. You know, we in it. No, we locked in, man. We're gonna use the market to buy back our freedom, and there's no turning back. Let's go, man. Let's get a little further. What we got? Certified Trap of the Week, man. Let's get to it. Certified Trap of the Week, the Philadelphia Pyramid Club, founded in 1937. Philadelphia's Pyramid Club was a cultural and social club for African-American professionals. At a time when segregation was barred access to mainstream venues, the club hosted legendary figures like Duke Ellington, Marian Anderson, and they featured the city's only black art gallery. More than a social space, the Pyramid Club empowered black artists, leaders, and visionaries, shaping a legacy of pride, progress, and community. Let's talk about it.
You see the historical sign, and you're like, okay, cool. And then you walk in and you're like, where am I at? So in January of 2015, Joaquin, myself, and our 2 kids, we rent apartment C at 1517 West Drought Avenue. One day, my mother-in-law lets me know that there's a group down the stairs. I go down with my Philly scout in place, and there's this beautiful brown woman holding this printout of a photograph. It's of the building, but it's older. And Marian Anderson is in it, and she looks like she's in my apartment. And that's when things really started to change. The Pyramid Club was founded in 1937 in the basement of the Christian Street YMCA. By 1940, they moved into their permanent home at 1517 West Drought Avenue. They weren't just any black social club. They were the black social club. One of the things that made them really stand out were their art exhibits, which ran from 1941 to 1957. So when we arrive In Apartment C in 2015, I'm just coming into my own, painting, creating, really with just the basic knowledge that the Pyramid Club existed here and in this building. But by 2018, when Waka and I started doing our own artist residencies in the apartment, the voices of the past got louder and louder.
Humbert Howard was a postman and also member of the Pyramid Club, and he was in charge of organizing the exhibitions. You read about him, he's this very ambitious, entrepreneurial man who's organizing all of the artists, people like Doc Thrash, who had been part of the WPA programs in the 30s, and then looking for new fora to display their work and to be professional artists making money. Every major collector in Philadelphia attended the exhibition, so that would include Albert Barnes. And this was the only real black gallery space in the early 40s, right? So it was the place to be.
I'm not a visual artist by training. My early forays into visual art was art in elementary school.
My foray into art is obviously through Star. Like, we were a football, basketball family. So like, if you like think of like AC Slater, like, you know what I mean? Like, arts didn't fit into my world until Star, right?
It was a men's club, and not all of the members were necessarily comfortable with the idea of exhibiting art because of certain notions of masculinity, I suppose, but they went with it, you know, and they learned to change some of those notions. What was the role of women in this men's club? Because they're very active. We know that they're there, and probably if you just look over the course of a 24-hour day, they're in the building more than the men.
I feel set up. Like, the building knew, the ancestors knew exactly what they were doing. It felt like people were talking to me, not like out loud, like how they have like the ghost stories, like, but it was instruction.
In all honesty, like, when we started doing the artist residencies, I don't know if they were really connected to it. I don't think we knew what was going on here. So that's when we started to at least like first see the connection, like, okay, it's a social club, all right? Now we understand that there's a little bit of history to it. We just kind of like felt a spirit of like creation in here, right? It just turned out to be Star and I and our kids going on this journey for the first time.
When I came into the building, just feeling the vibe of it, you know, and then knowing, you know, the history of the Pyramid Club, and I was like, you know what, if this is the last show that I do, first and last, I want it to mean something.
The light was fantastic. When you walk in, there's this open room. The kitchen connects to the living room. There's like a natural flow to that space. It gave folks the opportunity to walk in to this grand space, to be just vast in light and surrounded by artwork.
Doc Thrash specifically was an artist who did a lot of cityscapes, landscapes, and portraits. He did that to showcase Black life. This is also a period where we're talking about from early 1900s to the 1960s. We're talking about a lot of lynchings that are happening for Black people. So a lot of artists are responding to that by showing Black people as human beings. I think because of proximity to New York City and the Harlem Renaissance, and Doc Thrash's work and the artists, that kind of attributed a lot to like a lot of the exhibitions here and the work that's going on here.
The residency here was such a turning point for my own work and for just my own like self-concept, I guess, as an artist. And then to have friends and loved ones come to the different shows and just kind of even just standing back and like having all these different conversations, I feel like I could feel the history a lot.
It was wonderful having the space and having the support to mount an exhibit.
Just knowing that there was a lot of segregation and a lot of rules and regulations that were happening against Black people, and so that was kind of like a necessity for folks to kind of like have those spaces, those safe spaces, and create those spaces for that.
Just the idea of a space dedicated to the exhibition of Black artists and art related to the Black experience in the United States. That's part of the history of this space, and you know, that was a rarity in the middle 20th century.
I've learned a lot about the Pyramid Club. Again, the obvious pointers, it was a social group started by Black folks in the city because they couldn't get in anywhere else. So they started their own. So the idea of ownership of space, to me, that's a privilege. And people don't understand that either. I don't know if we live in another building at that same time that doesn't have that history if everything happens the same way for us, the way that it did.
Every time I look at one of these, you know, it just shows me another layer of just Black excellence, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, think about this. A person who attended one of those venues could actually still be alive today.
Yep. Yep.
You feel me? And that shows you that it's not that far off. You know what I'm saying? I always think about stuff like that. When we see these trap of the weeks, I always be like, yo, in my head, I be like, well, 1940, 1950, like, I'm like, yo, like that person can still be alive.
Yeah, my grandma was born in 29, so she
you feel
still
me?
here.
Like that person can still be alive. So I would say this, like if you got somebody in your family that was, you know, a part of the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, I implore you to go sit at their feet and just ask them to just give game. My great aunt, who when I went slept at her house, when I first started this, bro, I used to talk to her at 2 o'clock in the morning. She used to love for me to just come in there and talk to her, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to just sit there and talk. She used to tell me so much about my family, and I used to be like, dang, bro. I would go in her closet and get her picture box, and we would just go through the pictures. And I would just let her talk and just tell me. And I should just be like, dang, bro. Because there's so much stuff that they know that they're going to go to the grave with. And once they go to the grave, you can't get it.
Yeah, I put the mic and the camera on my grandma. She 98.
Dang, I wish I would have did that.
Put that thing right on her. And I just called the other day. I said, we're gonna run it back when I go
I
to
wish I
Maryland.
would have did that, bro. But I just talk to her and let her explain pictures to me, and and I used to like to see her go in her day. When she talked that, yeah, I had the fur coat on, and I was like, yeah, I gas up. Going, what you do about that? Ain't no real fur. Yeah, it's a real fur. I got that from Spain. I like to see her, Brandon. And, so I implore you to do that. Like if you got a elder in your family that's from that 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s generation, talk to them. All right, let's go a little further, man. Let's get into it. All right, so tariff headlines no longer moving the equity market. So the S&P performance of the S&P 500 and tariff exposed stock after majors, right? So think about this. So after Liberation Day, right, which was April 2nd, the market responded in a crazy way. What we have noticed since then is the market actually has been taking that with stride. Like, even when he talked about, I'm putting more tariffs on them, and like the market was like, man, we on something else right now. The market kind of overlooked it. But I will say this, the China deal is what everybody waiting to hear. That's the deal. Now, I will say this, China, Mexico, the EU deal was one they wanted to hear because that's our largest trading partner. But Mexico, China, and Canada, here's why. We get a lot of cars made in Mexico. A lot of cars, like products get made in Mexico. Again, the EU is our biggest trade partner, so that's good. China, we know what we get from China. But Canada is responsible for 75% of the lumber that we use in our houses. Canada is the August 1st deadline for China. I think they say they're going to move it back to the 12th, if I'm not mistaken, Nate. I think they said they're going to move it back to the 12th. I think they talked about extending it to the 12th. I think that Canada, the Canada one is important because we get 70-something% of the timber used to build houses from Canada. So that deal is going to be really, 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 really pivotal to America. So that one's going to be pivotal. But we see right now that the market is truly not moving. Now, I got a stat for y'all that came up today. I was looking at it. I think a while back I talked to y'all about M1 and M2 money. Remember I talked about that, Jose? Right? So a stat came out today that said global money supply is soaring. China's M1 money supply is now up 4.6% year over year to a record of $16 trillion. This marks an acceleration from 2.3% in May. China's M1 is twice as large as the U.S.'s M1, excluding savings deposits, which stands at $8 trillion. Now, in case you don't know why is that important, because money supply is important. So let's break that down a little bit. So M1, what is M1 money supply? So M1 money supply is the most liquid. It's spendable money in the form of physical currency and physical coins that are in circulation, not in bank vaults, right? Also, checking account and travel checks, right? And because this M1 is money that can be used immediately. M1 is money that can be used immediately. Now, M2 is assets that aren't immediate, right? Savings, CDs, and money market mutual funds. The M2 focuses on savings and liquidity. The Federal Reserve focuses on M2 because it tells if the money supply is fueling growth or overheating the economy. Think about 2020 and 2021 when the Fed put them trillions of dollars in the market. That money supply didn't fuel growth. It actually overheated the economy. Why? Because we then wound up getting inflation hit a 40-year high. So keep that in mind, right? It is important that we understand the money supply. Let's keep that in mind. All right, let's go a little further. Here we go. The EU is our biggest trading partner, the largest U.S. trade relations by total imports and exports of goods, right? The European Union, right, makes up $976 billion, right? Mexico, I said that's our big four. European Union, Mexico, Canada, and China. Then after that, you get Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Now, we was going through Korea, and my girl asked me, she said, babe, like, what do we get from Korea? I said, I don't know. I think it's one of our top 6 trade partners, and it is. I said that, and there it goes. But I don't know what we get from Korea. I'm gonna have to look that up to see what we get from South Korea. If evidently we get 197, we have a 997 billion worth of import exports. But European Union, Mexico, Canada, China, I know we get them chickens from Taiwan.
Korea said machinery, mechanical appliances, transportation equipment, chemicals, plastics, rubber, and leather goods.
Say that again?
Machinery, mechanical
Machinery.
appliances. Yep, mechanical appliances, transportation equipment, chemicals, plastic, rubber, leather goods, specifically vehicles and electronics, including semiconductors, are significant imports.
Korea?
Korea.
Here's an answer from
See, now my watch won't talk to me.
I wonder what,
Well.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Plastics. Samsung is in Korea. That makes sense. Now watch this. Samsung just did a deal with who? Come on. You slipped. Samsung just did a big deal. Huh? There you go. There you go.
Who they do a deal with?
Tesla.
Ah.
Let's go a little further. So anyway, that's, in case you didn't know, you need to know that. Let's go a little further. Yep, big deal with Tesla. All right, here we go. The fundamental V-shaped recovery. Now, the S&P 500 earnings, revisions. So here's how I feel. I don't think that V-shaped recoveries are important. They good, right? But I think one of the biggest things that happen with a lot of investors is, so shout out to my guy, Ozell. You know, he's been saying it for a long time, but it's a patient person's game. So we swing trade. Right? We swing trade. I don't day trade. Some swings, you gotta fight a little. You don't wanna fight it. Let me say this. So nothing in the market is 100% guaranteed. The only thing in the market that's 100% guaranteed is there's buyers and sellers in the market. Right? There's buyers and sellers in the market. The reason why I swing trade, and notice something, once we made plays in June, I started pushing them to December, January. Because the goal was, I understood that late July, August, September, it could be a fight. So I don't too much panic in situations like this. You know, we'll be in some situations where we just be running it. It's running up. And then you have some situations where, you know, you might gotta fight a little longer. Now for me, my risk tolerance is a little steep. So the things that some people may be like, bruh, I just don't pay it no mind. I'll be like, all right, we got it till December. Let me just keep looking at it. Here's the level I'm looking at. If it breaks this, then I gotta rethink about that situation. But understanding the V, so that's when the market takes a sharp downturn and then makes a sharp upturn, you know, rebounds. So there's V-shaped recoveries, there's U-shaped recoveries, there's K-shaped recoveries, there's L-shaped recoveries, right? But the V is the one that's talked about the most.
What the K look like?
So you see how that line is down?
Uh-huh.
And then what it may do is it may come up, then it may go down, then it may go up again. Like, it's weird. You know, there's a J. Even in the market, there's a J. You ever seen a J pattern? There's a J pattern. There's a U pattern. Bro, them candlesticks. Now, here's the crazy part. You'll look at it, you won't see a K. But when somebody draw it out for you, you be like, ah, that's a K. It's weird. Yeah. Because, like, sometimes people, like, sometimes, like, an inverted head and shoulder, it'll whoop my butt looking at it. Sometimes, like, if it ain't, because sometimes they not structured like the perfect, it might be a gap here, you know what I'm saying? A gap there. I'd be like, what the? Man, that is an invert. You know what I'm saying? So that inverted, it whoops me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, the jet lag, I feel good. Like, I'm all right. Shit, it was whooping me earlier. I'm all right now. But the candles, you know, so them candles can make some patterns, bro. Like, that's one thing I'm learning. Like, as I get deeper and deeper into it, them candles can make some patterns, man. They can make some patterns. Anyway, let's go a little further. How y'all feeling tonight? All right, this the one. This here was important for me. Oh, that's a good. Who did that, Steve? Hey, man. I like that. I like that. All right, the trap back jumping. Let's talk about it. So a lot of banks revised their, right? They revised what they had on the board. So let's see. Oppenheimer stuck with the 7. I can't find her. Okay, so Oppenheimer is now at 7,100. Wells Fargo is at 7,000. BMO is at 6,700. Goldman is at 66. What we was at, 68, Jose?
Man, first off, I'm trying to look at, we should have color coordinated them.
Yeah, we should have color coordinated. I can't find that.
Sheesh.
I can't find
It's
that.
a fire graphic, but them lines is lining.
Yeah, I can't find that. Yeah, I can't find that.
But I think we was at 68, but yeah.
We at 68. So we know we're a little bullish. But I think we could do 600 basis points by the end of the year. JP Morgan, 6,000. Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Jamie Dimon is the most pessimistic person, bro. I don't know who works between Jamie Dimon and Ray Dalio, bro. And the crazy part about him, they brilliant when it come to money. They brilliant when it come to money. And to know that Ray lost it all and was sleeping on a sofa. Ray lost it all because he made a bad trade. Ray lost it all because he made a bad trade. And it went against him. He betted that we was gonna go into a recession and the stock market kept running. He made a play that we was going into a recession and the stock market kept running. Lost it all, put him on his sofa. Look at him now, Bridgewater and Associates. So I think I feel good with that 6,800. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel good with 6,800. Let's go a little further. I know I don't have it in here right now, but I definitely want to speak about it, man. Bitcoin at 118 right now.
To the moon.
That thing hit 120. I ain't gonna lie, I dropped another 40 in it when it dropped down.
Yeah?
I dropped another 40 in it when it dropped down. I dropped like another 15 in Ethereum. I had $4,000 in XRP for the longest. It's about $12,000 right now. I think I bought that in 2017.
Just letting it.
2018.
Let that thing simmer.
I looked at it, I said, that thing $12,000, dog. Now, the one thing you gotta think about this Trump administration is they heavy crypto right now. So a stock to look at is strategy. This administration is heavy crypto right now, so a stock to look at is strategy. Strategy. All right, so short sellers came up short. They shorted Nvidia, lost 17 billion. Shorted Tesla. I don't know how they came up short on Tesla though. They lost 9 billion. I guess because Tesla is one of the weirdest stocks. Shorted Microsoft, lost 17 billion. Shorted Meta, lost 6.3 billion. Shorted MicroStrategy, lost 6.1 billion. Apple, 4.7 billion. Amazon, 3.8 billion. Palantir, 3.8 billion. Top 10 short sellers losses from 4/8/25 to 7/22/25 account for 67 billion of the total 354 billion in short losses. Listen to me. You know what I always say, fam? The market goes up 76% of the time. I don't be chasing those shorts, bro. I'm not mad at the people that do. I don't be chasing those shorts though, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I be just like, bro, either I'm gonna let this play out, I'm gonna cut this loss, re-enter it. I'll sit on it. I don't be chasing them shorts, bro. I done made a couple dollars on it, don't get me wrong, but I don't really be chasing them like that. What's good?
I just thought about it too. Like we make things complicated. Literally, it's called longs and shorts. Shorts are literally meant to be in there for a short period of time. Longs are literally meant to be in there for a long period of time.
Right.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, man, that's dope. Like, and that's why I like learning like key levels is so important. I like that Nettie said that's the thing. Like when they there, like that's why market structure is so important for me because I'll be like, ooh, got it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm locked in, but like, man, let that thing, let it simmer. There you go, trading against the primary trend. Never, man, never. I don't be, there you go, Alex Karp said they will lead to the deal of their cocaine. I remember when he said that. We had that video. It's nothing like sending Wall Street shorters to their cocaine dealers. I said, yeah, he a black. Let's go a little further, man. All right, so we just talked about it. Crypto just got real. JP Morgan embraces BTC and ETHs. JP Morgan has announced plans to offer loans collateralized by Bitcoin and Ethereum, marking a major shift in how traditional banking edges with digital assets. The program could roll out as early as next year, targeting high net worth clients and institutions. This move represents growing institutional acceptance of crypto, especially as a secure and liquid form of collateral. Now, Jamie Dimon, for the last 10 years, you have been telling people, do not buy crypto. While, if you go look at JP Morgan Chase, they are one of the top crypto holders in the game. So he was using the banana in the tailpipe. Man, don't go buy that. Don't go buy that. Hold while he.
That's like Beyonce talking about, oh, my single ladies. But she at home with the husband. I'm just saying.
I feel like you've been had that way. I feel like you've been had that one loaded. I feel like you've been had that one loaded. And I'm not gonna flush you for that, because that's real. So I got a close friend, not gonna say who she is. She said, yeah, we set the world back with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And good at home. He like, hey, that joint trash. Run it.
I don't think it was that. I think it was the other one that set the world back. It was the independent woman.
That too, yeah.
That's the one that set the world
But she had
back.
a whole run. Matter of fact, she know her audience.
But at the same time, you gotta shout out to Beyonce, bro. Highest grossing cowboy country tour ever.
I think they did what, 450?
Come on, you gotta, bro, she's a walking cash register.
Mm-hmm.
She a walking ATM, bro. When she come to your city, she turning it up.
Oh yeah, nah, all day, setting it out.
She come to your city, she turning it up.
And everybody go straight to the cowboy.
Bro, you know how many country singers was pissed off at her? They didn't want her to get the country album of the year. They was pissed off at that. They're like, yo, we've been doing country music our whole life.
Somebody said, hey, flush Beyonce.
I ain't flushing B, boy. Say one thing.
Put a banana in the tailpipe.
One thing I ain't doing is flushing bee. Them beehive
Beehive.
people.
We
That
get the
beehive.
bees in the
that
chat.
beehive is crazy. You flush Beyonce, cancel him. I ain't flushing me. You know what I mean? Hey, but I'm gonna tell you something though. I took my lady to the concert. I think that was last year, a year before last. I'm not gonna lie. That's a different type of environment, bro.
I heard.
Yeah, that's a different. That ain't. I don't got nothing wrong, but I was like, hey, just a lot. It's a lot.
I see why they be.
It's a lot. She's so smart. She understands the psychology of an event, bro. Because just the messaging.
Why they putting the bees in the chat?
There go the bees. Man, let's get off Beyonce. Let's go. Let's get off Beyonce. Let's go. Let's go. We go. Don't even worry about what I'm about to say. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. So, cash, credit, or crypto. PayPal took a hit today too. Actually, was doing pretty good today. All right, PayPal Holdings is set to enable business to accept over 100 cryptocurrencies at checkout in the coming weeks. Merchants will be able to receive payments in popular digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tethers, USDT, and Circles. I've never heard of that. Through wallets such as Coinbase, OKX, Phantom, MetaMask, and Exodus upon payment. So let me ask a question. Are people really going to use their Bitcoin to pay for stuff?
Bro, they do it already. It's a whole...
No. I'm not saying that it's not good. I'm just saying, why would you spend it right now?
Well, so what they're looking at is like, hey, they are spending it. Let me get a piece of that.
Let you get a piece of it. So would you spend a whole Bitcoin? Because how would you spend that?
Nah, I don't think anybody gonna spend a whole Bitcoin.
So what you say, you pay for enough in...
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You're paying portions out of that.
What is called Satoshis?
And some people slow. They still slow. They like, hey, that's all I got is that.
Is what?
The Bitcoin or their coin.
What you mean some people slow, Jose? Say that again. What you mean?
Well, let me not say that because you feel like you doing that thing.
No.
Some people ain't really investing, if you will. You remember back in the day when people was talking about, yo, I spent my Bitcoin on some pizza? And now they kicking themselves?
I don't remember that. I didn't hear about that.
Oh, no, it's stories, because, when it was low.
When it was low. But I'm going to say this. I remember 2015, 2016, I was still in the streets. I had some partners that used to use Bitcoin.
Wait. They was flipping Bitcoin with the work?
Nah, with some other. I'm not putting nobody's message out there. None of that. I'm not about it. I'm not about to get me in trouble.
Hey, what you got on that Ethereum?
Nobody want to take no Bitcoin.
What's that ETH? How they gonna hand that off to you?
Nah. But they used to use it with some other stuff, and they used to be like, because it was used on the black market. I used to be like, what is Bitcoin, dog? They was like, I was like, bro, I don't know. They were like, man, they can't track it, and da-da-da. I was like, bro, where do you get that from? Like, where do you even get that from? And this was like I said, 2015. Now, I bet he wish he would have kept them Bitcoin, but because he was slanging them. He was like, hey, because it was easier for him to transact or whatever what he was doing. Bro, now just think about that. Dang.
Didn't they say it was something? This is off topic, but it's like 1.1. Now I don't know how much it was, but people don't know their passwords, and that Bitcoin stuck in there. It's a certain amount. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. So it's just sitting there, like, hey,
just sitting there, and they
don't got their passwords. They don't know.
You can't redo your password.
This ain't no Gmails. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Ain't no Bitcoin customer service.
Where is that? Like on Binance or something?
Stuck in the blockchain. I'm talking like I know.
Stuck in the blockchain.
I'm talking like I know. I know they about to prime me in the chat. Like Jose, you don't know.
So it's real when they be saying. So I saw something the other day where somebody said like a man remembered his password and he unlocked $50 million worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah. If you get it, if you get back into your drink.
That was the thing. There was like a man unlocked his password from like 2017 and 2018. He had like 50 million. Imagine waking up one day like, dog, I got it. Like, you know how long he been trying to figure that password out? He been trying to get that password for a long time.
That password like the lottery ticket.
Bro, because you don't remember a password you had in 2017. You don't know that password no more. That boy woke up out the dream like, I know it. And then that thing went ching ching. That boy 50 M's to the good.
Bro, he was probably thinking about that joint every day.
Of course you are. You like, I gotta get that password. I'm frustrated. I get that password. What password? The Bitcoin password.
Dang.
And then when he finally got it, he woke up one day broke. You wake up the next day, 50 million.
Off your password.
Wait till I get my money right. How much would you sell if you woke up and you got the 50 million in Bitcoin? How much would you sell?
Of the Bitcoin?
Yeah.
I'm running it. We gonna let that. I'm gonna have to borrow against that joint.
Come on with the financial literacy.
We run that.
Come on, Jose, with the financial literacy.
That joint
I'm gonna borrow against that joint.
Going to the moon.
Man, look at Jose. Come on.
But PayPal getting smart. They say I want a piece of that.
PayPal want a piece of that. I ain't mad at it. I might start accepting Bitcoin payments.
I know Benton said in the back, he said, yo, I want everybody just to pay me in Bitcoin. I was like.
But here's the thing though, I'm not paying you in no Bitcoin.
You hear that, Benton? No check in Bitcoin, brother.
Yeah, I'm not paying nobody in no Bitcoin.
Like, would you see it running? It's almost wild to kind of, I mean, anything could happen, but I mean, what it's been doing to the moon.
What you think it's gonna do in the next 5 years?
The way they talking.
300?
Yeah, the way they talking is like 300. You think that joint, like stocks is split?
Nah, I don't think
it can't split, can it?
Because they only got a certain amount of them.
I mean, because you could buy pieces of it anyway, so it ain't.
I don't know how it go with me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm
right.
I just be buying it. I've been buying it since like 2019.
Y'all already know this ain't a crypto show.
I've been buying it like 2019, bro. I just buy it and just be like, I got it. And when it run, I look at it like every so many months. I'm like, okay. Let's go a little further, man. But I saw my guy, Chris Johnson. Chris said he sold a couple cars, he sold jewelry, and sold a lot of his stocks to just go all Bitcoin.
Ooh.
He sold one of his cars, he sold a lot of his stocks, and he sold jewelry. I seen him sell a couple Rolexes, and he said, yo, I'm just all in on Bitcoin.
You're a genius when it worked.
Aren't you? Imagine the dude that played football that put his check in there. Odell Beckham. I think he put the $4 million salary, a year check in there. He put the whole salary in Bitcoin. Shit. I think it was probably like 50,000 when he did that.
He's a runner, she's a track star.
Let's go a little further, man. Damn.
Yo, what's going on, family? I appreciate you, Trav, for answering my question. I appreciate you, Jose, man, for picking me to be on the show, man. It's always a pleasure, once again, to be on the show. My question is Trav, whenever you was working your 9-to-5 job, I know you said that you would still do trading and you do stocks. When did you find the time, or how many minutes or an hour a day would you like dedicate to watching the market and studying it as well every single day how did you kind of like maneuver and time slot your times? That way you can be able to focus on your job and be able to still study and put in the work. So at one point you could quit your job and then be able to do it full time. That's just one of my questions. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
It's good. I think him or somebody asked me that in a group today. Huh? I'm about to tell you. Man, I almost got fired every day, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I almost got fired every day. So one, I picked up a bad habit from prison and working construction. I used to drink black coffee. That was a bad habit. I'm glad it didn't stain my teeth, my gums, but that was a bad habit I picked up from prison and jail, prison and working construction. George used to put the tobacco in his mouth.
You put him on blast like that.
That ain't even make no sense, huh?
He said, well, you know what? George was doing tobacco. He was smoking cigarettes. He was doing heroin.
Hey, I ain't realize I did that.
He had the thing in the needle in his arm. He tied the thing around. He was rolling up $100 bills and just...
Hey, I ain't realize I did that. Damn.
You know how I knew it was real? Because I looked back at George and he wasn't laughing.
Hey. Hey, I didn't realize I did that. Damn, I put my cousin on the bus. George did it too. I didn't realize I did that. Damn.
Yeah, he was...
Damn, child. Damn. Yeah, that was bad. Now, he don't do it now. That's even worse, right? That's even worse.
Yeah, he good. He clean now. He's sober. Yeah, he's sober.
Damn. And that's bad. I'll flush my damn self without. God damn. Damn, child. Damn. That boy said, and George used to do this.
Wait, and then you did the finger thing?
Damn, dog. I don't know why that come from. Damn. But, man, I picked up a bad habit. So I used to be caffeine high, man. And I'm going to tell you something. Black coffee is strong. So a couple things I used to do was, like, so when in construction, I used to get a 10 o'clock break and you would get a 12 o'clock break. And sometimes, I'm not going to say all the time, but sometimes I would, like, have my, like, certain books with me, because on the 9 o'clock break, I ain't going to do nothing but eat fruit and read the books. 12 o'clock break, I'm probably playing dominoes or reading or taking a nap or something like that. So the 9 o'clock break, I used to have it with me, and then, I'm not going to lie, bruh, like, I'm gonna be, like George said, like, I used to be on my phone so much, bruh. Like, if I wasn't good at what I did, I would have got ran off from a lot of jobs, bruh. But I didn't. And so I used to, be like, yo, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll go to the bathroom and be in a porta can, in a porta john, reading and looking at stuff on YouTube, and I always had it. And when I came home, I'd find a little time to do it. So it is hard. It is tough. I ain't gonna lie, but I just knew it was gonna change my life. And that was kind of the thing that made me stay with it. I knew it was gonna change my life. So that's a good question, family. Let's go.
What up, family? Thank you for taking my question. It's your girl Courtney from Charlotte, aka That Phone. I've been trapping with you for some years now, Trap. I'm not that loud, so I don't say much in the Patreon, but I definitely listen and pay attention, and trapping on the charts is my thing. So thank you so much for all of the teaching, and the jewels you dropped about China on the call this weekend was love. Anywho, my question is, Trap, I've watched you evolve from strictly fundamentals to incorporating more technical analysis in your process. What was the mindset shift to make you embrace the charts, and how do you balance what the fundamentals say about a business and what the technicals may say about like the timing, and which speaks louder when they don't agree, or what do you think, or what would you say holds more weight? That's my question. Shout out to the team. We trapping. Thanks for everything you do for us in the community.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I really feel like that's my dog right there.
Yeah.
We met a couple times. Bruh, super cool, bruh.
Yeah, the energy.
Super cool, bruh. I'm talking about, and she been rocking for a minute, you feel me? Super cool. I'm talking about, we just vibe when me and her just, like I've been knowing her, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Courtney, man. And I appreciate you, man. I'm talking about, bruh, a vibe. Like, I rock with her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, Cole, what you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? So definitely a vibe, man.
I thought she was about to break out some spoken word.
Huh? Nah, she just, that's really like her demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just vibes. She laid back, super cool, man. So, Cole, I rock with you. You know that. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you that every time I see you. The transition was, I'll be real, when Trump did what he did, I knew that, okay, this is a market where this is not the market for 8-9 month plays. Damn. I was like, this is a market where I gotta make an adjustment, and not only do I gotta make the adjustment, I gotta dedicate to making this adjustment. And so, I just locked in. And it helped me start seeing the game different. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I was using little things, RSI, moving averages. I talk about that in the course. But really, really, really like going in on a chart like I do now. You hear it? I kind of now, I was mad in China that I didn't have the energy to, because my time was off. So I ain't have it was trying to do so much. So I didn't have the time to just get my 2 hours in a day. When I'm home, I give the charts 2 hours a day. Whether it's reading old charts, going through, seeing if I can notice, what is this level? How did this play out? One of the things I'm starting to do now is, what was a day's, like I'm starting to do this like, when a candlestick makes a high, I outline that. Like, Monday's high, Wednesday's low. You know what I'm saying? Because those become, think about a map. On a map, there's different little things on a map. So instead of having a bunch of indicators, I keep my screen clean from indicators, but I have notes that tell me what happened. And so that's kind of how I find levels. But that was the transition for me, Cole, just doing that. A lot of times the fundamentals in the chart don't agree with each other. You gotta pick which one you gonna use in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I then thought, yeah, it's loud, y'all.
Wait, they said, is it raining in the chat or is that background razzle dazzle?
Bro, you gonna have some cleaning up to do, dog. I don't know how you gonna clean that up.
It's not bad, you know what I'm saying? But here's the wild part. You pushing through.
I'm pushing through.
You pushing through.
Bro, I feel like I gotta bring it up a notch. I'm like, yo, that is loud, yo. Damn.
You just pushing through.
But there'll be a lot of times where the fundamentals and the technicals don't agree. And you gotta ask yourself, like, okay, what is the market telling me? And how does this company perform? I'll give you an example right now. Like Netflix, the fundamentals and the technicals not agreeing with Netflix right now. They in disagreement. They in total disagreement right now. Because fundamentally, Netflix is solid, but they're not agreeing. So that's where you look at the technicals and be like, here are the levels where I'll see it hitting that again. So, but I will say this, in the play where I know the fundamentals is strong, it allows me to endure when a play turns against me a little bit more if I got time on it. So that's the mindset behind it. And then Courtney, you just want to be the best trader you can be. And I remember one time I asked Sean this question. I said, do you want to be a great day trader or do you want to make money? And for me, the goal is to make money. And whatever tools I got to add that gives me a better chance of making money, that's what I'm going to do. So I hope I answered that, Cole. I appreciate you for tapping in. And she quiet. She don't even talk a lot in the group, but I'm glad to know she's still there. Shout out to Cole, man. But it's storming. Let's go.
What up, Trap? This is Jay out of Dallas, Oak Cliff to be exact. Shout out to the Trappin team, including but not limited to Jose, for all you guys do for us and for all you're teaching us and continue to teach us. I have a question about taking risk on plays and how long you should stay in a play. If a play is constantly in the consolidation phase and it keeps bouncing between the supply and demand zones within months time frame, how do you tell, or when do you tell when to get out of a play versus jumping into a play you've also been researching that ended up breaking its structure? And how do you make the decision on whether to just stay in a play for a little bit longer or closer to its exit date versus jumping out of a play that's not moving to jump back into a play to jump into another play that's moving heavy? Thanks, Trap.
You got to run that back.
What up, Trap? This is Jay out of Dallas, Oak Cliff to be exact. Shout out to the Trappin team, including but not limited to Jose, for all you guys do for us and for all you're teaching us and continue to teach us. I have a question about taking risk on plays and how long you should stay in a play. If a play is constantly in the consolidation phase and it keeps bouncing between the supply and demand zones within months time frame, how do you tell, or when do you tell when to get out of a play versus jumping into a play you've also been researching that ended up breaking its structure? And how do you make the decision on whether to just stay in a play for a little bit longer or closer to its exit date versus jumping out of a play that's not moving to jump back into a play to jump into another play that's moving heavy? Thanks, Trap.
Yo, I love our trappers, and sometimes I gotta get them. But they said, first play, take that mask off. They said that my man had COVID. They said he hiding from the feds.
Bro, y'all gotta be nice, bro. Y'all crazy. So, if a play is in consolidation, I I want to stay on the side. Consolidation can be dangerous because you're waiting for it to, I look at when a play goes into consolidation, you want to be a counterpuncher, right? You don't want to, you won't see me get in the play while it's consolidating. Second, it's hard for a play to bounce between supply and demand because normally they're not close together. So if a play went through supply and demand, that means it has went through a cycle. It done went through one structure, it done came down, it done, you know what I'm saying? So I would have to see that because also once it hits a supply zone once, after the second hit, that zone is no good no more. Same thing with a demand zone. It can hit it once, but if it hits it twice, it's no longer a demand zone no more. So I kind of want to reframe the question if I could. And maybe it's, Trap, what if a play is consolidating? How long, when you get out or when you not get out? I think that more so depends on what is the setup or what are you using to get into play? So before you get into play, for me, when I get into play, even though I put a date on it, I often have certain prices that I'll get out of it on. Like if it hit this, I know my risk tolerance. So I think that matters more than having I'm gonna get out this play. Also, it depends on if you swing trading or day trading. If you enter day trading, then you don't have that much time. If you're swing trading, you have more room for error and you have more room to let a play cook. So I think there's a couple things in there, and I don't want to answer that wrong. I think there's a few more things. So I would rather you call back next week, give us reframe it for me next week so I could give you, because there's too many variables in because it was a long question. And it got so many different variables in it. I want to answer it keen than the wrong way, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I won't answer it keen. Now, a play can bounce through support and resistance. That can happen, but supply and demand will be deep off. They're usually off from each other because supply and demand it's an impulse move. An impulse move is a strong move down or a strong move up. So yeah, so it kind of depends on that's not a cookie cutter answer. Let's go, man. Y'all.
Peace and blessings, family. What's going on? First off, thank you for choosing my question. Thank you, Trap, for all the blessings, lessons, and everything that you've brought us so far. I appreciate that. All right, let's jump into it. So my question here is about Palantir. Really just want to know, what's your mindset as we approach earnings, right? We recently had Netflix earnings that they did well on earnings, but the stock dropped because I guess they expected more. We had the spot earnings that they missed there. And so we've got Palantir earnings coming up. And I think about last earnings, they met expectations and the stock dropped $20 and then retraced and hit a new all-time high within a week. Before that, they blew earnings out the water. It jumped $20, but then it retraced and filled the gap, right? And so I've got the January 150 call, 5 contracts, plays up right now. And so I'm wondering, do I trim and take, a couple contracts off before earnings? We've got plenty of time, right? Or so we just ride the earnings and see what happens. Just wondering what your mentality is going into it. And would love to, get some insight on how I should be thinking about these plays going forward.
Man, that's a good one there. So if you want to be safe, you can definitely trim it a little since we up on that. You can definitely trim it a little going into earnings. If you feel like, hey man, I don't want to take that risk. I definitely agree with you on that 100%. I could say take 1 or 2 off. That ain't gonna hurt. Profit ain't never hurt nobody. If it falls down, you can use the profit from that to get in the position again. It's a win-win situation. If it don't, you took profits and it ran, and you can use it later on. Win-win situation. I think you go about it that way. I did it with the Goldman Sachs play from earlier that I cut. Like, I had been cutting it so much when it was down. It was like, all right, I get out of it in August, I'm good. So I think you could do it that way. I think if you got 5 contracts, I take 2 off the table. You still got 3 to play with. The 2, you sitting good on it. If it falls down, we'll look for another level to get back in. We go back up with it. If it doesn't fall, you let it go into those blue skies and see where's it retrace at and get back in it again. So all you're gonna do now is take the 2 contracts and use it to get in position with that play again. So that would be my mindset behind it, family. 100%. I love it. Great question, King.
Look, the people crazy because y'all can't say my name first before acknowledging Trap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, y'all ain't learned? Y'all watch the show? Sheesh.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, man. So, well, I think that was a good show. That we had a great show. Man, so we working on some things to move forward. We got some stuff we working on, some stuff we building out. I can't wait to, show it to y'all so we can see it as a group, as a family. I just want to tell y'all, man, that without y'all, this show is nothing, man. I do this show not for stats, not for statistics. We do this to just give game, spend time with our people, and take our community off Instagram, right? And when the Freedom Centers becomes live and well, the next thing we'll do is take y'all off of the network and put y'all in person, in the building. And that's the goal, man. It's about us just building community. Shazam X, I appreciate you, family. Thank you so much, man. I think it's about us building a community out. It's about us becoming a squad. It's about us becoming a family. Man, I got something great that happened, man, this week. One of the people in Trap was anonymous. One of the queens was rocking with me, and she said, Trap, I just want you to know, man, my network was probably 0 when I started working with you. She said, I wasn't saving no money. I was just swiping my credit card. She said, man, I'm so close to 7 figures now. She said, but I just want to tell you thank you. You changed my life. And I was like, damn, man, that felt good. And then the next day, a dude DM'd me. And he said, say, Trap, I just want to show you this, bruh. It was $1 million.
Millie.
He said, bruh, I hit my first M. I just want to tell you, man, I'm in the Patreon. We hitting. And that's what I'm about. For me, that's what I'm about. I don't want no clout. I don't want the fame. I just want to impact the people. I want to help people see the freedom that made me start this game. And if I could do that, bro, I'm living a purpose-filled life. I'm living a purpose-filled life. And so I want all my people to know something, bro. Man, we don't got to entertain no foolishness, man. Let's keep our heads on. Let's stay locked in on the market, right? Let's keep printing this money. Let's navigate the little downturns we're gonna have. If you're in the Patreon, let's navigate that. We're gonna be good. If you in the Trappers Anonymous, we're gonna be good. Let's navigate that. That's what's more important to us, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all next week, same time, same place. Make sure you get your merch. Wallstreet looks like us now. Let's make sure you get that. Let's make George do some work. Also, when we doing that, Jose?
Yeah. Actually, as of yesterday, we 3 years old.
No, man, we started in August.
Nah, well, the official drink
You
was
talking
July
about
28th.
They talking about the
Yep, the
what we
pilot
called
drink. Yep.
What we called it?
I forgot what we
The
called
pilot
it.
episode.
Yeah, the pilot episode, yeah.
The pilot
July
episode.
28th.
Damn, we 3 years old.
Yesterday, 3 years, yep.
Man, thank y'all, bro. Hey, y'all been rocking with me. Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. We make 3 years old, man. So I like that. That's a milestone. We 3 years in the game, yo. That's a milestone. We did a lot in 3 years. Not just me, but us, the family. So I remember we went to New York and got the doggone thing, man. You know what I'm saying? The billboard. So I love y'all, man. Make sure you are downloading on all podcast platforms. Make sure y'all download now, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all next week, same time, same place. Let's go.